I'm Olivia Clark, and I'm editor of the Chicago Daily Law Bulletin and Chicago Lawyer Magazine. And we're here today with our Inside Out columnists, Tina Martini and David Susler. And today we're going to be talking, we're going to get a little personal with them, I think. We're actually going to talk about some personal parts of their lives. Yay. How are you guys doing today?
Good. How are you?
Good. So I'm just going to start up kind of easy. How do you both make time for non-legal parts of your life? I mean, how do you, whether it's spending time with each other or whether it's just, not thinking about the law?
I don't not think about the law.
Oh, no.
I'm a little strange that way.
You've been thinking about the law ever since you were a little kid.
Yeah.
Well, one thing I've realized as I've gotten more senior and have been practicing for a while is that it's important to try to kind of steal moments of time. Sometimes it's a half an hour, a couple of hours, what have you. But, when I was a more junior attorney, folks would tell me as you get more senior and have more responsibilities, you're going to find it have a harder time finding bigger chunks of time. So I've remembered that as my responsibilities have increased over the years, and I found that you just have to try to live in the moment as much as you can and bring your personal digital assistants with you when you can, so that in the event of an emergency you're at least able to leave what you're doing, whether it's going to dinner or what have you, so that you can at least try to have some time, a little bit of downtime.
Yeah, I mean, in some ways, I am kind of that law nerd. I could talk about law at any time and think about it at any time, whether it's discussing legal points or telling war stories. Tina doesn't share my passion in those out-of-work discussions, but I do get away from it. I mean, it's like Tina said, you get snippets here and there. I want some downtime. I'll turn on the TV and stop thinking about law, or get together with friends and talk about non-law things.
Do you really do that?
I do.
You want to see it happen here.
I do.
But what about for physical fitness, and just, in keeping healthy? I mean, how do you, because, the more work you have, the more chances of letting that stuff go.
Well, we walk. We used to run together, and then I have a bad knee from my prior athletic days. So I've realized if I want to continue to walk well into, my older years, I want to make sure that I can walk. So we walk a lot along the lake, especially on the weekends, after work, that sort of thing. And I find it very therapeutic, and I actually find it really great for brainstorming for our columns. Actually, that's where I get a lot of thought and processing done, because I'm able to shut out a lot of the other stuff that keeps my brain going. But walking, we really enjoyed a lot. We end up walking 5-6 miles sometimes at one trip.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's all the exercise there is. I haven't gotten back into a disciplined exercise program in a few years. That's on my to-do list.
What about eating? Do you guys eat out a lot, or do you, in
Yes.
terms of healthy?
Yes, we are the typical couple that comes home usually no earlier than 7:30. So we'll often either get takeout, eat out, or go to the grocery store and pick something up that's easy to prepare. But more often than not, we're eating out.
Yes.
Now, in terms of people's perceptions of lawyers, I mean, what are some pet peeves that you both have about, non-lawyers or people in the, public and society, their views of being a lawyer? What are some pet peeves that you both have?
Well, it's interesting. People always tell lawyer jokes and bash jokes, but I have yet to meet a parent who's not really proud when their child becomes a lawyer. Mm-hmm. So, I enjoy the occasional clever lawyer joke too, but it bugs me. It does bug me when people are so negative about the profession. One of my pet peeves I was just talking about this morning actually is no offense, but in the press, when they talk about bankruptcy cases and the legal fees associated with large bankruptcy cases, lawyers are constantly bashed at how much they charge, but their fees are actually rather minuscule when compared to those of non-legal professional advisors in bankruptcy cases. So it's just that people bash without really understanding.
I think one of my biggest pet peeves is that people assume that the lawyers are always the grim reapers, that they will always say no whenever presented with a particular scenario, no matter what the practice area is. and that also, and this kind of goes hand in hand with it, that they don't really understand the business, and that lawyers don't make an effort to understand the business of their clients to help create a bigger and better context for the way in which they deliver legal advice. And that actually is a real pet peeve of mine, because I take pride in trying to understand my clients' businesses. That really is what we as a firm really pride ourselves on, and I have had the privilege of working with a lot of attorneys over the years at my firm, and there are a lot of other firms that do it too, where there's really a concerted effort to understand the business aspects of the law.
Okay. Well, thank you both very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And stay tuned for next month when we're going to talk about getting organized as a practicing lawyer.